She proposed. I feel monogamy is unnatural. I need to open the relationship to find my higher self. She wanted to sleep with her ex. I replied, great idea. Then I moved out immediately and stopped paying her rent. When she called me weeks later saying, it didn't work out, please come back. You know that specific type of person who uses therapy speak to justify being a terrible human being? That was my ex-girlfriend Sierra, 29F. I, 35M, date to find a partner, not a project. I work hard, I make good money, and I own my car and my investments. I don't need someone to complete me. I need someone who doesn't deplete me. For the first 2 years, Sierra was great. She was fun, grounded, and worked as a paralegal. She had her head on straight. Then, about 8 months ago, she quit her job. She said the corporate energy was blocking her chakras or something. I should have ended it right there, but I loved her. I told her she could take some time to figure out her next move. Big mistake. Instead of finding a new career, she found a community. She started hanging out with a group of conscious creatives in our city. These were people who talked endlessly about abundance, but somehow never had their wallet when the bill came. They were led by a woman named Luna, a self-proclaimed life alchemist, who charged $500 an hour to tell people that their desire to pay rent was a trauma response. Sierra changed. She stopped cleaning because domestic labor is a patriarchal construct. She stopped cooking because she was fasting for clarity. But she definitely didn't stop spending my money. We lived in a nice apartment downtown. Crucial detail: the lease was entirely in her name. She had lived there before I met her. When I moved in, I paid the rent, but I did it by logging into her tenant portal. The lease remained 100% hers. I never added my name to the contract because I own a rental property elsewhere and didn't want to complicate my debt-to-income ratio on paper. I figured it didn't matter who signed as long as it was paid. It mattered. The catalyst for the end was the return of River. Real name, Kyle. River was Sierra's ex from college. He's a 32-year-old sound healer who sleeps on a mattress on the floor of a shared warehouse. Suddenly, Sierra was spending all her time with River. He understands my frequency, she'd tell me while I was paying her credit card bill. He's helping me unlock my ancestral trauma. I'm not a jealous guy by nature. I'm a realist. I knew exactly what was happening. She was emotionally cheating, testing the waters to see if she could monkey branch to him. But there was a problem. River is broke. I am not. So she came up with a genius plan to have her cake and eat it too. The proposal. Last Thursday I came home from work. I was tired. I just wanted a beer and some silence. Sierra was waiting for me. She had set up crystals on the coffee table. This is never a good sign. Mark, we need to honor our truth, she said, staring deeply into my eyes. I cracked my beer. Okay, what's the truth? I've been meditating with River, she said, and we realized that monogamy is actually a form of resource hoarding. It's unnatural. It limits our capacity to love. I feel like I'm in a cage. I didn't say anything. I just took a sip of beer. She continued, gaining confidence. I need to open the relationship. I need to explore my connection with River to find my higher self. It's not about sex. It's about soul expansion. But I want you to be my primary partner. You're my rock. I want to come home to you, but I need the freedom to fly. Let me translate that for the guys in the back. I want to sleep with my broke ex-boyfriend because he's exciting, but I want you to keep paying the $3,200 rent and buying me groceries because he can't. She looked at me, waiting for me to argue. She wanted me to get angry so she could call me controlling and toxic. She wanted a fight so she could be the victim. I looked at her. I looked at the apartment I paid for. I looked at the clothes she was wearing that I bought, and I realized I was done. Not angry. Just done. You're right, I said. She blinked. I am? Totally, I said, putting my beer down. If you feel like a caged bird, you should fly. Monogamy shouldn't be forced. If River is your soulmate or whatever, you should explore that. I would be a terrible person to stand in the way of your higher self. She beamed. Oh my God, Mark, you are so evolved. I knew you'd understand. This is going to be amazing. We can set boundaries, of course. No boundaries, I said, standing up. You need total freedom. In fact, you should go over to River's place right now. Celebrate your new freedom. Really? She squealed. Go, I said. Don't worry about me. I have some thinking to do. She kissed me on the cheek, grabbed her bag, and sprinted out the door to bang her ex. The move. The second the door clicked shut, I moved. I didn't call a moving company. I called my 3 best friends. Bring the trucks. It's happening. They were there in 30 minutes. They hated Sierra. They had been waiting for this day. We stripped that apartment. I took the TV. I took the PlayStation. I took the couch. I bought it. I took the bed. I bought it. I took the kitchen table, the chairs, the microwave, the toaster, and every single fork and spoon because I had purchased all of it when I moved in. I cleared out my closet. I cleared out the bathroom. I left her stuff, her clothes, her crystals, her tarot cards, and the futon she had when I moved in. Then came the financial nuke. I sat down at the kitchen counter, which was now empty, and opened my laptop. Rent. The portal login was hers. I deleted my saved bank account information. Cancelled the autopay. Utilities, electric and internet were in my name. I called and scheduled a disconnect for the next morning. Streaming services. Logged out of all devices. Changed passwords. Uber DoorDash. Checked her phone. She left her iPad logged in. Removed my credit card. It took us 4 hours. By 11 p.m. the apartment echoed. It was empty. I left the keys on the counter with a note. Sierra, you were right. I was holding you back. I don't want to be a cage anymore. I'm removing myself from the equation so you can fully explore your connection with River without any resource hoarding getting in the way. This is me officially ending our relationship. Since the lease is in your name, you have full control of your space now. I've stopped the rent payments effective immediately. I'm sure the universe will provide abundance. Good luck with your higher self. Mark. I walked out, locked the door, and blocked her on everything. Phone, social media, email, WhatsApp. I drove to my rental property, which was currently vacant between tenants, and crashed on an air mattress. It was the best sleep of my life. The fallout. Day 1. I didn't hear from her directly because she was blocked, but the flying monkeys started arriving immediately. The next morning, I was at work. My phone rang. It was Luna, the life alchemist guru. Mark, she said, her voice dripping with fake concern. I am holding space for you right now. Don't bother, I said. Sierra is in a crisis, Luna said. She came home to an empty apartment. She is having a panic attack. How could you do this? You are disrupting her healing journey. Luna, I said. Sierra wanted an open relationship. I opened it. I opened the door and walked out. She has River now. He's a healer, right? Let him heal her panic attack. This is financial violence, Luna spat. She cannot pay that rent. You know she can't. She should have thought about that before she told her landlord she wanted to bang her ex, I said. Not my lease, not my problem. I hung up. The reality check. Week 2. 2 weeks went by. I stayed silent. I heard through the grapevine, mutual friends, what was happening. It was a disaster. Sierra had assumed I was bluffing. She thought I would cool off and come back, or at least pay the rent out of guilt. When the first of the month came and went, and the landlord posted a pay or quit notice on the door, panic set in. She tried to get River to move in and help pay. But River, the karmic soulmate, apparently lives in a warehouse for a reason. He has $0. He told her that paying rent was participating in the matrix and refused. Then the power went out because I had cut the line. Sierra tried to sell her crystals on Instagram to make rent. She made about $40. The closure trap. 3 weeks in, she showed up at my office. I work in a secure building, so she couldn't get up, but she waited in the lobby. When I walked out for lunch, she ambushed me. She looked terrible. She wasn't glowing. She looked tired, frantic, and broke. Mark, she screamed, running over. I didn't stop walking. Sierra, you look expanded. Stop it, she cried, grabbing my arm. I pulled away. Mark, please, I made a mistake. I was confused. River, he's not who I thought he was. Let me guess, I said. He's broke and he doesn't want to work? He ate all my food and then left when the power went out, she sobbed. Mark, I'm being evicted. The landlord is threatening to sue me for the lease break fee. It's thousands of dollars. I have nowhere to go. That sounds stressful. I'm sorry, she begged. I don't want an open relationship. I just want you. I want us. Please, just come home. Pay the rent, and we can go back to normal. I'll even get a job. I stopped and looked at her. Sierra, you told me monogamy was unnatural. You told me I was hoarding resources. I listened to you. I set you free. I don't want to be free, she wailed. I want security. You had security, I said. You traded it for a vibe. That was your deal. I'm not a safety net, I'm a partner. And you fired me. But I love you. No, I said. You love my wallet, and my wallet is currently in a committed monogamous relationship with me. Where am I supposed to live? She demanded, getting angry now. You're making me homeless. Go live with Luna, I suggested. I hear she has great energy. I got in my car and drove away. She stood on the sidewalk screaming that I was a narcissist. Final update. It's been 6 weeks. Sierra was hit with an unlawful detainer lawsuit. That's the thing about eviction. You don't even have to wait for the sheriff to throw you out for your life to be ruined. The moment the landlord filed the case in court, it hit the public record. She has an eviction filing on her background check now. No corporate apartment complex will touch her. She ended up moving back in with her parents in Ohio, the same parents she claimed were low vibration and responsible for all her trauma. I'm sure that's a fun household right now. River blocked her the moment the money ran out. Apparently, his karmic connection to her severed exactly when the fridge was empty. As for me, I'm doing great. I moved into my rental property temporarily, renovated it, and just signed a lease with a new tenant who pays on time. I'm currently looking for a new house for myself. I saved about $4,000 last month just by not supporting a grown woman's spiritual delusions. I went on a date last night with a woman named Claire. She's a teacher. She likes wine, hates tarot cards, and when the check came, she reached for her purse. I paid, obviously. But the fact that she offered, that's the kind of energy I'm looking for. The lesson, guys, listen to me. When a woman tells you she needs to open the relationship to find herself, she is already gone. She is already checked out. She just wants to keep you on the hook as an insurance policy while she test drives the new guy. Don't get angry. Don't cry. Don't beg her to stay. Agree with her. Give her exactly what she asked for, freedom. And then take your resources, your dignity, and your attention and give them to someone who actually values them. Because the only thing unnatural about that relationship was me paying for a life she didn't respect.